Alright, back with another game. League of Shopkeepers means that for every 5 favors we have whenever we play a liaison, we get additional benefits, so that's pretty awesome. So that means student is also going to be +1 coin, and we're going to open with student peasant this game. And student is just going to be a great trasher along with its +1 coin, so that's going to be exciting. And yeah, I guess we need to think more about what the trade-offs are in going student peasant. While we are able to trash and work our way up the peasant line, we're going to be missing out on wharf, which I think is a fair trade-off. I think the other alternative is student importer, and then going for wharf and then peasant. And I guess wharf importer will also give us +1 coin is the interesting thing. And I actually think that might be worth it. Let me think. If we go student peasant, we for sure will almost never or rarely hit 5 is the issue. Both importer, we're almost guaranteed a 5, and it has +1 card, so I'm going to take an importer here. And then here I think I'm going to take a minstrel. I think minstrels are very helpful, and then later on the turn that I'm trashing, I'm going to pick up a student, because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to hit 4 that turn. So yeah, this is what I was referring to. In this case, we're able to buy our student because we're going to be trashing, or we're actually hitting 4 again, now that I think about it. So that's pretty interesting. We're not going to rotate here. I'm going to play an importer, and then going to take a... Now to think about it, it's not even clear to me if we even need peasant all that much. But I think having the plus action on wharf is still worth it. So yeah, I'm going to take it. And here I'm going to gain a wharf through the importer. Interesting. My opponent decides that a wandering minstrel is more important for his deck in the first shuffle, which I can see the merits of. Wandering minstrel essentially lets you to sift a lot better, which is one of the reasons that I bought it, but it wasn't clear to me. It's clear to me. I feel that wharf is just unanimously one of the better cards out there. And here we are going to not rotate. We're going to trash a copper because we want to top deck it, is my thought. We want to keep playing the student and trash more and more, and then we're just going to take another peasant here. And then here I think we're going to try to play the wandering minstrel first in hopes we hit the peasant, which we do not. And we're not. And this actually might spell trouble because our actions are going to collide, it seems like. And then here we're going to take another minstrel. So yeah, we just have a bunch of action collision here, unfortunately. This is actually really unfortunate. But I think regardless, we're gonna play wharf because we're gonna have 2 minstrels coming up, and these minstrels will allow us to importer. Okay, so they become villages. So then the student and the importer become villages if we have 10 favors. So that's pretty interesting. I actually might play importer here just because acquiring the 5s is going to be so important given how these are going to become villages soon. In retrospect, gaining peasant wasn't important at all. It seems like what was definitely more important was just rushing wharves or acquiring importers and then rushing wharves to some degree. So yeah. And this is actually really helpful, a lot more helpful than I had imagined. Like, it's turn 9, I still have 2 peasants somehow, which is just a bit sad, but I'm trying to think what I should play here. I think it's just got to be the importer. And then we're just going to take a sycophant just so we can make these non-terminal soon. I just wanted to see what the estate trashing was. So I've spent more resources trying to trash estates, but our opponent has hit the importer just really quickly. Or just hit the League of Shopkeepers thing really quickly, so. And take more wharves. And then here, if we're able to, we're gonna find a copper, we're gonna trash it, and then student is gonna become a village as well. And so that's pretty great. So this might actually spell trouble for us. This opponent really likes importers and is able to find. I didn't really notice the synergy behind importer and this League of Shopkeepers immediately, and I was still going through the peasant line, which in this game it doesn't seem as useful if we're able to acquire a lot of wharves, and so I think that was an error on my part, a miscalculation on my part. But regardless, now we need to think how it is we're going to, I guess, win given these conditions. And our opponent just scooped up the last 2 importers. I think what we're going to have to do is, so they have 5 of these in play. And so I think we need to bait our opponent into taking some of these. So if I take a wharf here and then my opponent takes 5 of these, not saying that there's a pile out, that could be promising, but let's see, we're gonna trash one of these. And yeah, we got a village effect, so that's pretty amazing. Gonna play importer, gonna play a peasant, I think. Or, we can play peasant, and then we can play or how can we do this? So it seems like there's not really a great way to. So I guess we're just gonna trash the sycophants here, and then play this, and then just take a wandering minstrel in hopes that our opponent just doesn't see whatever's going on. Or I guess in this case, take a patrol. Yeah, in hopes that our opponent just doesn't realize that there's a pile out looming and just grabs a bunch of wharves and minstrels, is my thought. Okay, not this shit again. It seems like this is something I lost to this opponent last time with, where he was able to just pile out the duchies with this importer card. And I just didn't have a good defense to it. And it seems like this game is going to follow suit, as I don't think I have the economy in order to stop him from doing it again. Which is unfortunate. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna lose this game. There's not much hope for me given my opponent can just play so many of these, and yeah, my opponent is quite good with importer. I gotta say, just in the past, they used this exact strategy to pile out really quickly. I guess in that game, what was the village? I guess there was a village somehow. It was importer and then hunting lodge where they were able to just sift through their deck, play all their importers, and then I didn't really see the pile up coming between importer, hunting lodge, and then duchies. And so by like turn 11 or 12, they were able to successfully pile out. And so yeah, I don't really have a chance of winning this game. It seems like, although, it's possible I could like buy out the duchies. That's going to be 13 points. If they decide to buy actions here, like Wharf or and then something else, I might still be in the game. But okay, so that kind of just immediately makes me not have a chance if they, given that they bought province. So I think that is going to be the game here. So yeah, the moral of the story is that importer is a lot better of a card than I had thought, and so yeah, not much I can do about this, I think. Yeah, my deck cannot acquire 4 duchies, so that's going to be a game. And we'll play to my opponent.